The Malawian workers who have legally migrated to Israel 5 months ago, or about 6 months ago, have now been deported, some of them back to Malawi by Israel. And there is more to this story. But first of all, hello, I am Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent. Yes, we are back. I have been away. Those of you who have been following, you know exactly why I have stopped for temporarily doing this because of some issues, not really issues, but that I lost a family, my mom, and I have come and updated you. So now we are back. From now on, we are going to stream every day and bringing you the latest as we do from the continents. This is something that we are passionate, so we are not giving up on this one. So the Malawian workers that are, who are migrated back in November to Israel, which is legally Israel when the war broke out with Palestine, or with against Hamas. Then they wanted more workers, and so they have signed this deal with Malawi. And there are more also, quite a few African countries have followed. They have sent workers. Now, just to give you a background, currently there are around 1,000 Malawian workers in Israel working in Israeli farm, and they went through a local agent. And when the deal was signed, actually, they have said around the target is to send more, 5,000 workers. It was a mutual benefit. Israel wanted workers, and then also the Malawi government wanted, to raise its foreign exchange reserve because they were going to be paid in foreign currency, meaning in dollars. So that was the deal. Now, why these workers are deported? That is the main thing. And what are the consequences of this? Who's going to, who is going to suffer from this? Let me just share this PowerPoint as I always do with you. So these are the workers who are now being deported, and this is, as these workers in a farm in Israel, private farms, government farms, those kind of things. Now I'm going to share this story, here with you. Just a second. I'm just gonna go and read some of the stories. Look, this is what, they have interviewed one of the workers, a Malawian worker in Israel, and this is what he said. So he said, there were 12 Malawians so far have been deported from Israel this is the reason, over a breach of visa terms after they left, farms. Now, why they left the farms that they have been hired? This is the agreement with those farmers, or private farmers, or government farmers who hired them. But eventually they found out that these Malawian workers, that they have been being paid below the minimum wage in Israel, and that's why they have to flee to get a better paid, to get a better payment. So the farms are usually outside of the city, so now they start to flock to the main cities like Tel Aviv, and being hired by different companies or private people. Now the 12 Malawians are who has been so far who have been deported. They were among the 42 workers which have been arrested last week, and all these 42 workers were working in a bakery in Tel Aviv. Now, the workers from Arava Farms, one of the farms in Israel, said that actually, or they confirmed to take a legal action because they have signed with a local agency in Malawi, for them to stay for a certain period to get a certain payment. I think the monthly payment was about $1,500, but there are things that costs they are going to pay. Now, it's a double trouble for these Malawian workers because what happens now, they have lost their job. They are going to be deported because they left to Israel in search of a better job. They have stopped everything, what they have here. But then when they come back to their country, what is going to happen is also they are, the agent is going to sue them and gonna face that cost that they were supposed to pay in installment, in through a 9 months time period. Then now they have to pay back that because it's a cost of the local agency. So now, according to them, that amount is about $5,000, which was, about to be paid in 9 months. Now, the agency's managing director, Justice Kangulu, said in a response to our questionnaire, they say, they entered into a contract, which meaning the one who migrated to Israel, among others, obliges them to pay back for some costs. So they remain still, even if they are deported, they remain liable until they have paid back. So this is what they are going to face when they reach home. He also said, now we were supposed to, meaning the agency was supposed to, the local agents were supposed to deduct the repayments for a period of 9 months. As I told you, so this $5,000 is about, the Malawian currency is called kwacha, so 8.5 million kwacha. So some of these people, it has been 5-6 months and they haven't even paid, they haven't even started paying, because we also came here and we reported to you that there were some kind of argument already between the local agency and the one who hired them, the employers in Israel, with the workers, because the workers did not want really for their bank account to be managed or accessed by the local agencies. But this is something they have agreed. The local agent is not just doing it by itself, but also this is an agreement with the government of Malawi, because they wanted that foreign currency to come directly to their bank, so that the country also have a foreign currency reserve. So some of them didn't start even paying. So this is really a big problem. Now, they said also, as a recruitment agency, we are uncertain about the number of individuals associated with the Lions Recruitment Agency. Now, it's probable that there will be legal implications with the bank due to the loans they have taken. Obviously. Now, there is more. Again, we are digging deep as we like to do. We did our homework, so we did a little research before we come to you and just report the news. Now, why they are fleeing, why they left the farm, their employer or the farm owners, and then they are started to go to the city to get another job. Now, that is because they wanted a better paying job, because they have found out that they need they are being paid below the minimum salary. Now, this is what came out, so I want to share it with you, okay, in a moment. regarding, the less payments. And this is not, what makes it really interesting is that, again, Africans, wherever they are, they face racism. So this is what they have found out. This was reported by the BBC. So now they're telling us that this were the Malawians were eventually, they have been found out they get below the minimum wage. The minimum wage in Israel is 32 shekels, and that means it's about $8. It's about and something dollars. But instead of 32 shekels, they are being paid about 18 shekels. So that is just around the half of what they were supposed to be paid. Okay. Now, a Malawian guy who is still in Israel working in the farm said that, low salaries are the reason why some Malawians have left their job on the farms to look for other work in the country. So those who are found, 42 workers who have been arrested, so they were working in a bakery in Tel Aviv. So that means it was paying them a better job. So they're also encouraging it. They are just stealing workers. Now everybody's grabbing because there's no Palestinians anymore. So now they're just getting the labor or the workers that they're getting and offering them a better payment, meaning the minimum wage, because they know that those Israelis who are hiring them in the city, they know that they are being used. Now, hundreds of Malawian, as you know, traveled starting last year from November, but now there are about 1,000 Malawians there. So actually, what one of them saying is that 70 to 80% of the Malawian workers are having these problems with payment. Only few of them are actually being paid according to the minimum wage in Israel. So who is this guy who said this is Alex Machili, who is also a Malawian who migrated to Israel and who is working there. He says a contract is just a useless piece of paper. That's what he said. Now, I just want to go back to my slides and I want to show you, just to give you a background. When the Malawian government decided to send workers to Israel, actually, this is because of this guy. His name is Nir Guess, and he is, guess what? He's an Israeli who have a business not only in Malawi but in Southern Africa in general, and he has been there for a long time now. He's an honorary consul of Malawi in Israel. Can you imagine? I mean, can't they just appoint a Malawian, to be an ambassador or a consul, whatever rank it is? But, okay, people get honorary citizenship, but that's enough. How can you be an ambassador? Anyway, this is where it started. And this is the guy who facilitated this kind of recruitment, between Malawi and Israel. So this is his statement when he was appointed as a honorary consul of the Republic of Malawi in the state of Israel. So look at it. This is him getting his assignments or his appointment. Okay. So this is really interesting. Let me just... yeah. So what do you think of this? Now the workers that have been, expected, in which the country will get more foreign currency reserve, is not going to happen, because now they have found out that they are getting paid below the minimum wage. So they will start to go somewhere else, but still within Israel. And that means they, most of them actually, in the report it reads that they have changed their phone numbers. They are not accessible anymore. They're just tracing them with their social media accounts. So by that, they know that they are still present in Israel. So now, what do you? I leave you with question. So this is actually, can we call it a modern slavery, in which the governments agree and you send your workers, and you don't even make sure that your citizens are being paid, or your citizens are paid, whether your citizens are paid the minimum wage in that country that you are sending. So this is a risk. It was supposed to be a responsibility by the Malawian government. It should, they should have, a Malawian government should have protected its citizens. And again, just like many other African leaders or governments, they have failed to protect their citizens. I mean, this happens in Middle East widely, against the African workers. So what should have, the Malawian government should have done? So this is my view. They should have been protected by their own government. And what do you think of this? African workers sending to another country? Kenya, I know Kenya has followed the footstep of Malawi, and sending workers to Israel. Kenya, in fact, have agreed also thousands of skilled manpower also to send to Germany. We also have reported about that. What do you think of this trend in the continent? Governments agreeing on behalf of citizens, even without your will, to send you to a next country outside of the continent without making sure that, and then they're gonna control your bank accounts. So I don't know, is this modern slavery, or is this slavery by our own people, by our own leaders? Please comment below. How do you view, how do you, perceive this? Let us know in the comment section, and we will take it further. Thanks again for all of you who have supported me, when I was even away, who subscribed, who sent me email, who supported me, who donated to our channel. Thank you to all of you. Really, I cannot thank you enough. It really means a lot. These are the things that keep us, going. So I really want to give a shout out to Diane Palmer. Thank you again for your support. Really, it means a lot for the channel, and it definitely make a difference. But to all of you, each and every one of you, I really thank you for your support. Next week we will come back, and we will also bring like Kwame Gonza and other people to give you analysis on what's happening in the continent. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed yet. But again, thank you for those of you who have been watching live and engaging. Thank you all for your comments, suggestions. So I will see you on the next one, but it's a bye-bye for me for now. Ciao, ciao.